Destroy All Monsters. Destroy All Monsters is a very unique movie, and the fact that it's kind of like the Avengers Endgame of the Showa era of Godzilla films. It basically takes all the big name kaiju from the time and mashes them together in this giant escapade of monster battles. This movie is also very notable because it brings in the Kilak, which is another famous Godzilla alien race, kind of like the Godzillians, who basically reoccur later on in different medias like comics, games, and so forth. Synopsis. An alien race called the Kilak come to Earth and take control of Earth's monsters. Using the kaiju, they begin their assault on humanity. Around the globe, cities are under attack. A group of astronauts discover a hidden base on the moon. This base is the location the Kilak are using in order to control the monsters. The astronauts destroy the base, and the now freed creatures flock to Mount Fuji for the final battle. Ghidorah appears as the final boss, and a brawl begins. Ghidorah is absolutely outnumbered and just takes a beating the entire ending of the movie. It's actually kind of amusing to watch as he just gets wrecked by everybody. Once Ghidorah is defeated, Godzilla then sets his eye on the hidden Kilak base, which is uncovered at the foot of Mount Fuji. With a few good stomps, Godzilla destroys the base, and Earth is once more saved. Earth 3, Aliens 0. Destroy All Monsters was originally planned as the end of the Godzilla franchise, and the Toho Kaiju films as a whole, but for whatever reason the series would continue in the following year with All Monsters Attack. Also referred to as Godzilla's Revenge, this is the only movie in the whole series I would say to avoid. This film introduced Gabra, a monster with electric powers that bullies Manila. Or does he, because the film is all imagined by a kid, so I guess nothing in this film actually matters. Fun fact for you, as a kid I never owned Godzilla's Revenge, but oftentimes I would see on my other VHS's trailers for the movie, but whenever I seen Gabra I always thought it was like a female Godzilla for some reason. But actually it just turns out that he's a dick. So, onward we move. Synopsis. A boy is being bullied and is afraid to stand up against his aggressors. He imagines going to Monster Island where he meets Manila. Manila helps the boy to overcome his fears and teaches him to stand up against his bullies. We get a lot of reused monster fight footage in the middle of this film to fluff out the runtime.
Get him, Godzilla!
The boy stops some burglars and then beats his bullies. And yeah, we all learn to rightfully stand up for ourselves. Let's just move on and get away from this movie. Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Also known as Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster in America. This movie is bizarre to say the least. It doesn't have a cohesive tone whatsoever. Sometimes it's super quirky and goofy, and then other times severely over the top and dark. Some may even say it matches the 1954 film with some gruesome imagery. And it's just really strange and odd. It's notable for introducing the Smog Monster, or Hedorah, whichever one you prefer. And it's definitely a product of the times, hammering home the concept of pollution and environmental protection. Synopsis. An alien creature comes to Earth to feed on pollution. As it feeds, it grows, transforming multiple times into different forms. Eventually, the monster becomes a Goliath. In its flying form, it soars through the skies, and everywhere it passes, it leaves a toxic fog that kills anyone around. Godzilla then comes in, protecting the Earth from this invading, pollutinous monster. After a pretty strange fight, the military and Godzilla ultimately defeat the creature. And Godzilla gives a big middle finger to pollution. Earth 4, Aliens and Pollution 0. Godzilla vs. Geigen. Godzilla vs. Geigen is notable for introducing Geigen, the cyborg parrot monstrosity. Geigen is one of the most unique looking Godzilla monsters ever conceived. He has a body shape of a bird, scythes for feet and hands, and a chainsaw on his stomach, and some weird dorsal fin or wings on his back. Put simply, he's cool looking. This film also introduces the cockroach aliens called the M-Space Hunter Nebula aliens. I mean, come on, Toho, that's a sentence, that's not a name. I'm just going to refer to them as the cockroach aliens. Synopsis. Aliens once again invade. Are you seeing a trend yet? This time, though, they are cockroaches who have disguised their base as a children's theme park called Godzilla Land. The park is built around a large tower that shares the appearance of our favorite radioactive lizard Godzilla. On Monster Island, Godzilla and Anguirus, now best buddies all of a sudden, get a fishy feeling and head toward Godzilla Land, where they do battle with Ghidorah and cyber parrot Geigen. The human characters blow up Godzilla Tower using TNT, which kills the cockroach aliens. Ghidorah and Geigen are defeated and retreat to space. Earth 5, Aliens 0. Godzilla vs. Megalon. Notable for introducing Megalon, the beetle guardian of Atlantis, Seatopia, and the fan-designed Jet Jaguar, an Ultraman-inspired humanoid robot. This is another movie flop for the franchise. It was also the first Godzilla film to sell less than 1 million tickets in theaters. The plot is strange, the fights are silly, and man does Jet Jaguar just steal the show. Synopsis. Nuclear weapons testing is affecting the world, and the underwater civilization of Seatopia is not happy. The Seatopians, angered by the damage of nuclear weapons, send Megalon to attack humanity. Jet Jaguar, a man-made robot, is stolen and used by Seatopians to direct Megalon to Tokyo. Before that happens though, Jet's creator regains control of him and sends the robot off to fetch Godzilla. And yet another tag team battle pursues. Geigen comes into the fight in the use of stock footage, of course, and he does a lot of damage to Godzilla. After things are getting rough for both Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, the tides quickly turn, and Geigen runs back to space. Megalon, left by himself, is then double-teamed by Jet Jaguar and Godzilla. After Megalon is defeated, Godzilla and Jet Jaguar shake hands and part ways, with the world once more saved. Before we move on, I just want to say, as a kid, I always wanted one of those fish paddle things that the kid has in the movie. I thought it was so cool for some reason. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Notable for introducing Mechagodzilla, a robotic doppelganger of Big G, and King Caesar, a lion guardian monster. Though most of the Showa era had a childish tone, this film brought back some of the seriousness. Through the years, the budget of these films had been declining, but this one somehow came out with decent effects, especially pyrotechnics. This film also marked Godzilla's 20th anniversary. Synopsis. Godzilla attacks Anguirus, breaking his jaw. Anguirus retreats while Godzilla goes and attacks an industrial district. Another Godzilla appears, and they proceed to fight. During this fight, the first Godzilla is hit by an atomic breath, uncovering metal beneath his skin. Now exposed, the fake Godzilla shows its true face. Mechagodzilla is revealed. Both Godzilla and Mecha are injured in the battle and retreat. The human characters discover that Mechagodzilla is controlled by ape-like aliens called the Black Hole Planet 3 Aliens. Great name. There's also a prophecy found that says 2 monsters will save the world when a mountain appears in the sky. These 2 monsters turn out to be King Caesar and Godzilla. The 2 monsters band together to defeat Mecha G. But Mechagodzilla isn't going to go down without a fight. He unleashes a barrage of missiles and laser fire, and fights to the very end, where he's finally defeated by Godzilla, who rips off his head. Earth 7, Aliens 0. Terror of Mechagodzilla. Personally, probably my second favorite of the Showa era. Terror of Mechagodzilla has some fantastic destruction scenes, with both Mechagodzilla and the newly introduced Titanosaurus absolutely laying waste to some of these little model towns. This was also the very last film that was directed by Ishiro Honda. Synopsis. The Black Hole Planet 3 ape men are back, and this time they have a mad scientist by the name of Dr. Mifune on their side. Dr. Mifune has made a device to control an undersea dinosaur called Titanosaurus. The aliens have repaired Mechagodzilla, dubbing it Mechagodzilla 2. Both Titanosaurus and Mecha-G are sent to destroy humanity, but Godzilla appears to stop them. Godzilla is double-teamed, but the humans step in, helping to get rid of Titanosaurus by breaking the mind control device, using supersonic waves. Titanosaurus is chased back into the water, and Godzilla and Mechagodzilla have their big battle. Godzilla does the same move as he did in the previous film, ripping off Mechagodzilla 2's head, but the ape men have done some improvements. No longer can Godzilla defeat Mechagodzilla in this way, and the Metal Menace continues to fight. Godzilla eventually wins after Mechagodzilla's human control mechanism is destroyed. Earth 8, Aliens 0. Terror of Mechagodzilla was the last film in the Showa era, and would put Godzilla on a big screen hiatus for up to 9 years. The Showa time period planted Godzilla as a cinematic icon, and made sure that the character would not be lost to obscurity. The road throughout this period was rocky, but just like Godzilla, there was no stopping it. Through trials and tribulations, the franchise chugged on. From the height of the 1954 Godzilla to the lowest depth of all monsters attack. It was quite the tale, but the story is not even close to over yet. Next time we will talk about post-Showa era and the beginning of the Heisei series. Thanks everyone very much for watching. We really hope you liked that video, and if you did, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for some reminders of whenever we upload, leave some comments below, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.